Okay, today we're going to change out these sediment filters. I've got a step down filter system here. First one uses a DGD 5005-20. Next one uses a DGD 2501-20. And the last one here uses a PFWP 0.5 BB 20P. Normally you'd shut the water off first, but I have one of these whole house reverse osmosis systems. So I'm going to flip the switch here to shut this down, and then we'll go ahead and shut the water off. Now the valve here, you have to turn it so it's no longer parallel with the other direction of the pipe, and then it's off. Okay, so the water normally comes in, goes up here, irrigation system, then comes up here, goes across. There's another shut off there to the sediment filters. I could just shut it off there. Then it goes through the water softener. Then it goes up here and there's a shut off. So we'll shut that off so then we don't get any back pressure from the water going through the water softener and cracking it. Wouldn't want that to happen. Okay, and then you're going to need a bucket. And first, before you do that, you actually want to relieve the pressure. So up above here, you want to open this and just let out whatever water that's in there. That'll relieve the pressure. Then you can open this bottom spigot on the sediment filters. We'll let out the water. And we'll let that drain. Okay. Now, I probably should have closed this because I'm going to need the irrigation system to hose everything out, so we'll close that now. Now, once I have that valve closed on the sediment filters, I can open up the water valve to let the water into the irrigation system. Drain out the other sediment filters. I like to use a recycling bin since it fits underneath and it can catch two of the sediment filters at once. We'll relieve some pressure and let some of the water out of those. Okay, then we're going to take this wrench. Now this wrench here slides onto the blue filter. I marked it here that if you turn it this direction it'll open. So that way I always know which direction to turn it. Okay, we'll loosen it with the wrench and then we'll use our hands and we'll turn it and take it off completely. Now look at that filter. That thing is disgusting. That needs to be changed. And even on the inside, it's extremely dirty. That's why we need the hose so then we can hose it out and clean it. Okay, we'll take the hose, we'll have a jet spray, and just spray inside there. Get all the sediment out that we possibly can, dump it out. Then I like to take some paper towels and I use a little bit of this Clorox bleach. Pour just a little bit on the paper towels. If you want to wear gloves, wear gloves. And then I like to clean the inside. And you'll notice it's really dirty in there, and then I like to hose it out. Okay, and then we'll put in our DGD 5005-20 filter. Slide it in there, try to line it up. And once you have it lined up, then we're going to put some of this silicone grease on the O-ring. This is specially made for these big blue filters. And just smear it on there. Try not to put too much on. Okay, and then we'll line up the filter housing and start to screw it in place. Make sure it's nice and snug. Open it up, use the wrench, tighten it down, not too tight. Then we'll take down the other filter housing. And that filter looks pretty bad. Not as bad as the first one. Hose it out. Use a little bit of bleach. And then hose it out. Dump it out and use our DGD 2501-20 filter. Slide it in there. Put the gasket silicone on it. Smear it around. Line it up and screw that one in. Tighten it with the wrench. Okay, now loosen the other one and take it down. Now this last filter, that one does not look bad at all. Hose out the sediment filter housing, then use some bleach, then hose out again. Then we'll put in our filter. It's a PFWP 0.5 BB20P. Slide it in, then put the silicone gasket sealer on, and then install it. And then after that, we'll use the wrench to crank it down. Okay, so we have empty buckets. We have all these open. Everything's nice and tight. What I like to do also is open these bleeder screws here. That. Use a straight head or a Phillips head. You just open them a little. Just let some air out. Okay. Now up here, I don't like to leave that open because then I get rained on with water. So I like to close it. Okay, that is still closed and we want that still closed. Okay, so we already opened this one. Okay, which that one's open because we needed the irrigation system. So that's why we opened that and we closed the other one. Then what I like to do is I slowly open this. And the water will come in, start to fill the first bucket. And we'll go and we'll close this first valve. So close it down there. But then we have to go up top. We just have to close that bleeder screw. Then we'll go down here and we'll close off this valve on the sediment filter. And then we'll close the bleeder screw. And then we'll close this sediment filter valve. And then up top we'll close this bleeder screw. Close that. So these are all closed up top. Those are all closed down there. That's still closed, but that's closed and we need that opened. So we can open this. Okay, we have good pressure there. And then I like to go back and open this all the way. Okay, so we're all set. We are done. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did and you learned something new, think about subscribing to my YouTube channel. Keep you up to date on all my future videos. Leave a comment about what you liked or what you didn't like. Thanks again for watching.